Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to be looking at different team setups with regards to the World Arena. The World Arena is on and it will be on for the next couple of days, next 11 days, so just under 2 weeks that it will be running for. As you can see, I've got 11 trials left and I'm currently sitting at Master 1. If we have a look at the rankings, currently I'm ranked 35. I've been so far in this particular World Arena, I've been in top 10, and I've been, as low as sort of 1500, all the way down there. I range between sort of 25 and 80 as it stands, but the reason for that is because I'm not using many of these trials. As you can see, I'm buying the trials daily. And I'm only using a couple of them, and I also have 15 of the astral invites left as well, so I will be saving those up. Typically you will use those at the very end of the season, so when this gets to about 20 minutes left or 10 minutes left, just gets absolutely carnage, and all of the different setups, not setups, all of the different players within the World Arena, they do use up all of these attempts within that last 20 minutes. So if you are looking to compete and stay within the Supremacy tier, that's the highest tier within here. So as you can see, we've got people within Supremacy, people within Challenger. Again, I'm currently at Master 1, but it's because I've not used many of these attempts. So let's go ahead and have a look at my defensive lineup. So the defensive setup I've chosen to go with would be the Soul Eaters team. I've gone with Soul Eaters team as a secondary one as well. Third team would be Wu and the Monarchs for the Glorians team. I've gone with the Avengers team here for my fourth team, and fifth team is my Ethereals team. So let's just go through these and break them down as the reason as to why I've chosen them. I'll move these guys over here. So the reason that I've gone with this particular setup is primarily due to the 3 protectors on the synergy. On the Soul Eaters team here, you can go with other protectors within that synergy itself. You can use potentially Cleo in this setup, but you can also use Bastet within the setup as well. That gives you Mystifier Soul Eaters with 4 protectors, 3 Mystifiers, and also you do get the Soul Eater synergy itself as well. Now, there are a couple of weaknesses with this team, namely, you only end up with 2 units. So if you go up against, say, a team like this with Aphrodite in it, or a team like this with Wu in it, you are more than likely going to lose that matchup. And the reason for that is because if you've only got 2 units, say you've only got these 2 units left over, it's more likely that Wu or Aphrodite will steal your Hades being the primary focus around this team. You can switch him up with Lancelot if you don't have a copy of him. So you could put him here, and then you could use potentially another, for example, Bastet, something like that, give you the 3 Mystifiers and 3 Protectors, team like this. But, again, the weakness of this team is, or the way to counter this team, is primarily to capture Hades as quickly as possible. It doesn't always work because the unit that's left over it might be too tanky, so Gwyn might be too tanky, or Lancelot, Mulan, Ardina, they might all be too tanky. What I've gone for, in order to prevent that from happening, is the for 3 rounds at the start of battle, allies take no damage. And the reason that I've gone with that in particular is because if, say for example, your Hades is stolen and you are left with a Lancelot, the enemy team, unless they are running Hades and another one of these steel units like Cleopatra, another one of these steel units like like Aphrodite or Wu, they won't be able to kill that one particular unit. So say for example, if it is Lancelot that's back, and Hades does get stolen, gets moved over to here, he most likely will not die. And then he'll be returned after those 4 rounds. And then your team will start to pick up again. That's the only way to stop that from happening. The rest of the teams, the only other team that's been able to beat this one, besides it having Wu or having Aphrodite on the team, is Glasnost Stun Mystifier's team. That is a toxic team, but he's very good. It's a very good team. I'm not going to show it off here. I will not. I refuse to use it, just because it's not for me. It's not for me. I think it would win. I think it most definitely would win teams, but the team setups that I've gone for here are the ones that I think personally for me and my box are the best. So the reason that I've gone with 2 Soul Eaters, I've gone with a Glorians, and I've gone with my Ethereals is just because of my synergy slate. Now, if you're looking to build teams for the World Arena, this synergy slate here, you need to take this into consideration. So, as we can see here, my Ethereals, synergy slate 1, but I do have a number of different runes. I've got Glorians, Dooms, and Soul Eaters as well. So the Soul Eaters, Dooms, and Glorians, those should be the teams that I look to build around, because those are my highest level teams. The rest of the teams here, so Enigmas, Avengers, Valianters, Mystifiers, and Ethereals, really I shouldn't be building teams for. But I still think that Ethereals are a reasonably viable team within the World Arena. And it's primarily because of Karnak. So we jump into the defensive lineup here. And the reason for that is because I've got Karnak, I've got Wukong, I've got Katrina, and I've got Eudora, all of their red runes. Or at least I'm halfway there with Karnak. I've got Eudora's red runes, I've got Catherine red runes, and I've got Wukong's epic runes as well. The reason that I've put Eloin in there is just because she had a buff at the very start of the season. So her buff dramatically increased the way and the effectiveness of her Awaken ability. So the Awaken ability on crit, each of the members of your team get a big attack buff. And it's the reason that I've gone with it. So let's just have a look at the other teams here. This team here is actually a secret Dooms team. Don't tell anybody. Besides having a look at the shorts that I've done. So it is a Soul Eaters synergy primarily. You've got 4 Royals, 3 Enchanters in the form of Athena, Mastema, and Cleopatra. And you have 3 Dooms in the form of Athena, Cleopatra, and Dahlia. Now, the reason that I've gone with this, and if you have a look at some of the most recent shorts that I've released, Cleopatra does absolutely massive damage when she performs her ultimate and when she performs her secondary skill. And the reason for that is because of the reflect feature. So the reflect feature, is based off attack. So let's just have a look here at the Doom synergy. Each time an enemy takes action, they take damage equal to allied team's reflect times the allied team's attack up to and then start 8% as well. So we effectively increase Cleopatra's attack as much as possible, and then she just needs to stand there and look pretty. She doesn't need to do anything else. And it does take down enemy teams because she's got such high health, because she's got such high defense, because she absorbs 3 of these units. These units, if it's Dahlia, Mastema, and Makara, and you're left with Athena, Athena will also with her runes will also increase the attack of Cleopatra and herself as well. When Cleopatra performs her ultimate attack, Athena will get an increased attack, which means higher damage on reflect rate. So for me, this Dooms team here, secret Dooms team, but really a Soul Eaters team, is the way forward for me personally, because I do have access to those units at quite high star levels as well. Next team, pretty simple, Monarch, except for Wu, who's not a Monarch, but is an Empress. I don't know, go figure. But it is 5 Glorians. The Glorian synergy this season, I know I'm just shifting myself about. When an ally is attacked, consumes 50 energy to deal damage equal to 150% of lost HP to all enemies, with a 100% chance to dispel all buffs from each enemy and a 100% chance to remove all debuffs from each ally as well. Glory and Synergy mates gain 8 energy after you use their ultimate skill, and at the start of battle, all allies gain 50 energy. Control immunity effects duration is extended by 4 rounds and increases the defense of all allies by 50% and max HP by 50%. So what I intended to do with this team is just build up as much as much defense and HP as possible, so we are much less likely to get one shot and die. We need to get to that second round in order for Wu to steal an enemy unit, and then she'll apply the Protect synergy. Now, I've not really talked about Wu altogether too much this season. She has not impressed me. Honestly, she's not. She's too slow with her Phantom Illusion skill. So let's jump in and we'll go into Advanced. And here, let's have a look. So each Phantom Illusion temporarily recruits the target to our side. When the effect ends, the target returns to its original position. If the target dies during the effect, it dies and inherits 100% of the target's base stats. So effectively, what you want is for Wu to perform her ultimate. Now, that's the only time without exclusive runes for Wu to trigger the Phantom Illusion effect, is just on that. So you're only stealing one enemy every 3 rounds, effectively. So you'll steal on 2, you'll steal on 5, you'll steal on 8, I believe, and then 11 and 14 again after that. So she's only going to be able to steal up to 4 enemies per game. It's enough. That's enough. You don't really need it, but the main draw for Wu is this one here. So increases damage boost by 50% and with a 75% chance to reduce damage taken by 75%. This here is a big one. If you have her exclusive runes, I think that she becomes very viable within this team, even out of season. So if we have a look at her exclusive runes here, when Wu takes action, Blessed Glory's damage reduction trigger chance increased to 100%. I think this should have been included. I think this should have been included, just full stop. I think that this here should be your epic rune slot. I think that it should go up to 50% chance on half red, and I think it should be 75% chance on full red runes. But if you have half red runes, which is very unlikely because you might have other units to prioritize, or you should have other units to prioritize, Wu will take action, 35% chance to apply Phantom Illusion effect, so it's when she takes action. If this was when she took action anyway, so say there was like 20% chance when she took action, she applied Phantom Illusion, I think she would have run away with this season. I really do. I really think that if she had 100% guaranteed to steal, not steal, 100% guaranteed for this damage reduction, and she on action she had a chance to steal an enemy, that would make her a much better unit. Because the way that the synergy unit works, when allies successfully cast Phantom Illusion effect, Wu will consume all buffs on the affected enemy. It's not this one. It is this one here. So applies Phantom Illusion effect, and she will grant all allies Protect effect. When they take damage, there's a 100% chance that 100% of the damage is shared with our allies. What that means is that the one unit that she's stolen will take all of the damage. So effectively, you get a round of invincibility when she performs her ultimate. That's only when she performs her ultimate. Casting round 2, cooldown for 3 rounds. If she were to be able to steal enemies during the... if she were able to steal enemies outside of this ultimate, I think she would have run away with the season. As it stands, I do think that Aphrodite is probably the best out of the bunch. And the reason for that is because of her ultimate skills. So you've probably seen all of it already. But Aphrodite, every time a unit dies, that's any unit on the battlefield, will apply the Phantom Illusion effect and perform her ultimate. That is so powerful. I think Aphrodite is more powerful than Eudora. I honestly do. She's power crept Eudora absolutely massively. I know Eudora will guarantee performing her ultimate on round 1, but If you have Janna in the team, this extra unit dies. Aphrodite will steal the unit. The extra unit goes here. The extra unit dies, or the enemy unit dies. Aphrodite will perform it again and again and again, and she's just got so much potential in round 1 to do massive, massive amounts of damage. So that's what we're looking for, is for Aphrodite to pop off. It's the reason that I'm running her, even though my Avengers slate this season is actually pretty low, Legendary 1. I still think that Aphrodite is probably the best unit, and this is now probably the best team in the game. If I'm honest, everybody is running this particular team, this Avengers team, and again, it's because of Aphrodite. It's because for me, she is a runaway lead for this season. Again, just because she performs her ultimate so much. Hades second this season. I think that his overall effectiveness, the fact that he still gets 35% damage reduction for himself and any other Valianter on the team. Even if you run him in a team like this, he's still going to be able to execute enemies below 35% health. He does an all attack on his ultimate, and he does an all attack on his passive as well. So he's got more chance to touch the enemies when they are below 35%. And that's what you want from this type of unit. I think he's well built, and he's my favourite out of this season. I don't think he's the strongest. I think I know for a fact he's not the strongest, but I think for me, he is personally my favourite of the season. Just because he's so, I do like his design, and I think that the damage reduction being applied, irrespective of what team he is on, makes him very versatile as well. So, Protector Synergy, yeah, it is what it is. If the Protector Synergy triggered the Phantom Illusion effect, I might, the Soul Eaters effect, I would have a different opinion. I think if the Protector Synergy did trigger that, if Themis triggered on that execute like she did at the start of the season, I think that Hades would be absolutely the best unit out of the bunch. But because he doesn't provide that to the rest of the team, like with Wukong, for example, when Hades does execute an enemy, Wukong doesn't trigger. For me, that is a big negative for him on that Protector Synergy. So, again, it is what it is. And then the final team, I've already gone through Ethereals, and the reason that I've got the Ethereals team, Avengers team, I think absolutely fantastic. The Glorians team this season, I think is quite powerful. Again, there are other builds that you can go for, potentially taking out Lee and Lily and Leah, and putting in Ariana and Gloria as well. But my Lee and my Lily and Leah both have half red runes, so they are my go-to choice, as well as the 4 monarchs as well. So that's it from me. I think good luck in the World Arena. I will see you in there if you are in my particular war zone, or however they want to call it. If you're in my group, I will see you on the battlefield. If not, then good luck in your own personal World Arena teams. And just let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I can change any of these setups, if they can get any better. What are your team setups? Let me know. I'm always interested in hearing about this stuff. And then, yeah, thanks for watching, and you have a great day.